And we are continuing our special coverage of the North Bay wildfires. 1 month later, the flames obliterated entire neighborhoods.
You know, I had the opportunity to sit down the other day with the Santa Rosa fire chief and 2 captains to take a look back at that fateful night and the days that followed. Gentlemen, you've seen a lot of fires in your time. Chief, have you ever seen a fire like this?
Nothing like this. I've been to a lot of fires, both in the city and outside of the city, and nothing compares to what we saw that night.
In those first few hours of Sunday night, October 8th, no one could know what was coming. First, a few sparks and small fires. But once the wind picked up, there was a gut feeling that it could get bad. The glow the chief saw from a hilltop was ominous.
We do have fire coming to the city. Not sure where it is, and I'm not sure how bad it's going to be, but it's coming our way.
It sure was, faster than anyone could have imagined. The wall of fire traveled 2 miles in just 1 hour, now heading straight for the command center in the Kmart parking lot. Fires were popping up everywhere, grass and trees on fire here, homes on fire there, places like Coffey Park, then a hospital in Larkfield. That's when it hit home for fire captains Jack Thomas and Jason Jenkins.
And that really got to me because I realized a community that I lived in, that I've been here forever, was burning down.
I mean, this is what you're trained to do, obviously, Jason, but do you get a little knot in your stomach when you realize this is big?
You know, I'm used to going to these type of incidents, but they're much smaller scale. But when it's in your own neighborhood, the seriousness of it, the impacts that are long lasting, you realize how devastating it's going to be, and I realized that pretty early.
Flaming debris the size of dinner plates being thrown around by the wind, starting new fires.
There were reported, hurricane force winds, fire tornadoes in the Coffey Park area. There were things that really shocked us the next morning looking at that, where there was a vehicle upside down, 100 feet into Coffey Park.
By sunrise, we all saw just how bad the fire was. A month later, it's still jarring. When you walk those neighborhoods, what do you think?
It's hard to recognize. The images that go through your mind in regards to if a nuclear bomb went off, there are certain portions of this fire where it looks like that.
But as bad as this disaster was, it could have been much worse. So many lives were saved because firefighters, police, and ordinary folks got people out of bed and out of danger.
If it wasn't for the actions that they took, there'd be many more lives lost, and still we lost way too many lives.
Firefighters tell me that they have been overwhelmed by the community response to this disaster. They say they've received hundreds of personal and very touching thank you notes.